Good morning. Welcome to Sugarheads Live Impromptu. It's 6:43 a.m. in the morning, Wednesday, May 17th. I'm in the dark. Why? Because, people want to connect to my electricity and Con Ed don't want to come and take them off and Con Ed don't want to take the licenses away from the people who's doing it. All these people don't have lights and they want to connect to my electricity. So I take off my electricity as much as I can until someone gets the nerve enough to take them off and find the people who's helping them. I mean, I give them the information. I show them who's doing it. I take pictures of the trucks, but they got their links and they got their people and they got the haters who's helping them at Con Ed. So, you know, but this morning I'm on here because I wanted you to oh God, to do the same thing. Now, I told you to do an experiment the other day with shutting down your whole thing. Did you do it? Did you find out did you find out who is connected to your house? If you did, this is what you got to do. You got to take note of everything. You got to let us know everything. You can't just find out and don't do nothing. You got to let us know so we can spread it on the internet and let people know that this person, because so their job can see them, their boss can see them, but you keeping it secret to yourself is not helping the cause. It's not. You got to let everybody know and to let these employees know what kind of employees they have. People who like stealing, people who like getting shit for free. So if you find out, let me know. I'll put their names up. Give me their addresses. Give me their name. Try to find out they Facebook. Because what do you think they doing to us? They blasting our shit all over the place. Yesterday I found like 2 dozen people connected to my stuff. I don't even know these people. I don't know them. And then I was told that a couple of other people is being stalked. And it's tax season. Right now, all my neighbors is fighting to get my tax return. Every last one of them. Every last one of them is fighting to get my tax return. You understand? And you can combat that. Everything that they do, we have to do. If they want to stalk us, we gotta find a way to stalk them. You understand? Until they stop. Because the police is not helping. So we have to be the police of our own privacy. Because they think it's cute all the shit they doing. If you see them on the street, fuck them up, beat the hell out of them, rob them, do whatever. Because this is what they're doing to us. They sitting home robbing our pockets. They sitting home doing that. You understand? So until they stop, this is what's gonna happen. They going after our kids. Find out who their kids are. Take pictures of their kids. Young, old. You know what they're doing? Because most of us are older, so our kids are older, and they're using the age of their children as a clutch. No, call BCW, call something. Let BCW know what they're doing in the house with the children. Let BCW know. I mean, lucky thing I didn't, but what happened was somebody else on the block did. But BCW came to my door. You understand? And I'm like, I didn't call BCW. Not that I'm afraid. Of course, I'm not afraid to do it, but I didn't call. So I'm like, who called? Come to find out, two of my neighbors were fighting. And she called it on the other neighbors. You understand? And they came in, they asked me some question. I'm like, why are you at my door? So they said to me, well, we was in the neighborhood and we asking the neighbors about their parenting skills. I told them, I said, well, the ones I know who got kids, they suck at parenting. I tell you that much. And of course they made up. So now, because they did that because they was trying to point the finger at me so they can hate me. You understand? Because they was doing some bullshit to the guy. It was robbing the guy. You see, Thieves among thieves. They rob each other and then they help each other. So they found out she was robbing them and they became enemies and then they became friends again. You understand? So that's how it is in that kind of life. We don't do that over here, but we gotta waste our time help monitoring these motherfuckers. I don't want to have nothing to think about them or not, but it's not our reality. Every morning we got to make sure everything is fine about us. I don't want to be wasting my time thinking about them. That's why they broke. That's why they fucking broke, because they all in everybody's business. That takes time. That takes time being in people's business and knowing what they doing 24/7. We, on the other hand, we live our lives making our money, but they figure that, okay, we waste our time, we spend our time making money, so they figure, let us do the work and they just gonna steal it from us. That's what they figure. But no, we got other ways to get around all that. You understand? So they figure, let's monitor their phones. Yeah, that's why I think, let's monitor their phones. Let's monitor their um mail. They got people in the post office, because the same next door neighbor, he also lost his job. I didn't For years. I never knew he was a supervisor in the post office. Yeah, and then I found out, because for 7 years my mail kept missing, and they would be laughing, you know. And then you think sometimes you're calling sometimes you think you're calling these places like your phone company, and you think you're calling the post office, and you're not, because they use all these police stuff that police do the monitoring, because they have family whose offices in different departments, not just the police, and they use all this fandangle stuff, this high cryptid stuff, and they start planting it around all their enemies, which is me. I have about six different locations that have these energy sucking devices, that if one miss, the other one can get it. And then 2 blocks from here, there's one block, and then they went over to the next block to to put these devices on top of the roofs or by the window of people who's working for them. You understand? Because I saw the gardener boys and the contractor boys climbing up on the walls, climbing up on the roof, putting up dishes. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, you're putting up dishes in a time when people's taking down dishes. You understand? People don't be using dishes and cable no more. But they're so busy putting it up. They don't. So I'm seeing them putting up the dishes, putting up all, connecting, and they turn their back, because I be taking pictures. I be taking pictures of their face. I be taking pictures of their car. I be taking pictures of what a mode of transportation they have, because that's gonna help. Because he's gonna sound crazy. Well, this Spanish guy and that, what do they look like? What was they driving? Because that's what law enforcement asks you: who, what, where, why, and how. Okay, the 5 questions they're gonna ask you. Now, if 20 people is doing the same thing to you, and you saying with that one and that neighbor, and you're gonna sound crazy, so you're gonna have to have information. People, start collecting information. We're behind in the game because they've been doing it for years on us. We're behind in the game, so you have to start taking information. Whenever you go to the mall and you come back and you see somebody snooping around your car, take a pull out your camera and take a picture of them. Whatever car they get in, take a picture of them, because they follow you from the front. Meaning they listening to stuff in your house. They knowing where you're going, so they get there first. They see where you're parking. If you're parking and you see people in their car just watching you, and then when you look at them and they look away, they are watching you. They're waiting for you to get out your car to go do something to your car. Another thing, always check your car for bugs. Little small devices underneath, behind the door, underneath the wheel, behind all the wheels. Go in the back, check the whole car. Because if you drive alone, you barely in the back. Check your car. Get someone you trust. I'm sorry to say, nobody's Spanish at all. Make some black friends. Believe me, there's black people out there stalking you, because they work in these agencies and they helping these people. But try to trust the people you've been knew for years. Because up in Miami, this girl lives in a building, and the Spanish people, these Spanish girls in the building, and Miami is majority Spanish. You understand? So it's hard to tell. But if any Spanish people all of a sudden come wanting to be your friend, Dominican, Puerto Rican, whatever, and all of a sudden they want to be your friend, be fucking aware. Be fucking aware. I don't care if you went to the mall and they bump into you. It's not by fucking mistake. It is not by mistake. I'm telling you. They was trying to make it look like we all of a sudden met. They been knew you. They was sent to to stalk you. I'm telling you. They was sent to fucking stalk you. So if all of a sudden somebody is popping up wanting to be your friend, I'm sorry to say, no new friends. New associates, no new friends. Associate mean, do not let them in your business. Do not leave them in your house by themselves. Do not leave your pocketbook nowhere near them, and especially none of your electronics, especially not your phone. If all of a sudden they phone run out of juice, tell them yours ran out of juice also. Shut it down. Anytime you're going somewhere, let someone know where you're going. Put your tracker on. I'm telling you, these people are fucking crazy. They think they own your life. Right now, all my neighbors, yesterday I tried to make a dentist appointment. The Haitian girl intercepted the call and give me a date that I had something done already. You understand? Because when they know, they check your mail to see what's important. It's coming. And they open your mail, read whatever, and now it have all these apps you can scan and redo and da. And they get the plain envelope. Because they can't get the envelopes from the company no more. So they put it in a plain envelope that looks like that with the window and everything. And da. You understand? And then they put it in your mailbox. That's why I showed you that IRS letter. Oh yeah. And if that person is live, and the person was Haitian, and she's Haitian, that's they scam. Money, Social Security, bank fraud. That's they fucking scam. That's what they do all fucking day. Scam. The Jamaican girl, all they do, she trying to get a job in her and her daughter, trying to get a job in my lawyer's office. Why? Because I have a lawsuit. So they want to switch paperwork. They want to switch up numbers. Anything that you're doing right now with identity, keep your identity safe. Anything that you're doing with money, believe me, watch it. Your credit card. Me, personally, I want to stomp the bitch out. But she wants a lawsuit. I'm not going to give it to her. I'm not going to give it to her. Eventually, everything about her, I'm going to fucking own. All of them. Every last one of them. But you got to keep notes, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't want to put it on your thing, let me know and send it to me. Don't send me any money from Zelle or whatchamacallit. Because right now it's under investigation. We did that. We, as in me and Jack, we did that so we can see who's stealing the money. To see who's working with them. Okay? We're trying to clean up these agencies. The cops is not doing nothing, so we have to clean it up. So we can live our lives. We meaning all of us who is being stalked. Okay? So we can get them out of our fucking lives. Because they don't have one. They want to make us feel like we don't have one. They don't have a fucking life. Don't let them blackmail you. Tell them, go ahead, go tell the people. That's what I tell them every day. Whatever you fucking know about me, go tell the fucking world. I don't give a fuck. You're not going to blackmail me with shit. It's your fucking word against mine. Every fucking day you gotta check your phone. I don't care if they have a badge or not. Obviously, if they coming up to you and telling you that you're doing this and doing that, they're a fucking bad cop. I don't consider them people bad cop. Do you have a fucking warrant, sir? Do you have how did you get that information? And when they come to your house, never let them in your house. Don't even fucking open the door. Because once you let them in the house, they can say, oh, I saw this and I saw that. If they find stuff, if they find stuff without a warrant, when they come into your house and you tell them not to come in, they got to throw that out in court. That's why it's important not to let them in your house. Can we come in your house to talk to you for a minute about such and such? Even if it's not about you or about a neighbor, about no, because they lying to you. They trying to find ways to get into your house. Meanwhile, there's nothing in your house, but they want to set you up. They want to fucking set you up. They gonna drop something. They gonna find something. They gonna look at your lock. They gonna break in when you're not there. The other day, a couple of months ago, I think, they called me and said I had an appointment. I got in a cab to go to the appointment. As soon as I got down the block, they called me to cancel the appointment. Why? They needed me away from the house. I was getting a delivery they wanted. Simple shit like that. Because they made friends with the secretary of whatever hospital you in. Yeah, I know it's a lot, but these people, they got a lot of time on their hands because they've been at it a long time. They've been at deceiving people and stealing people and robbing from people from a long time. So, we got to catch up. And don't give me that God stuff. I'm sorry. God wants us to protect ourselves. And protecting ourselves is not leading the blind. No. If someone is threatening you and threatening your children, you find out who they are and you report it to FBI. If you're a celebrity, use your celebrity status. Use your fucking celebrity status and go to the FBI. Do not go to, local police or whatever unless you know a police officer by hand. And make sure you trust that police officer or that detective. Make sure you trust them. Because they also scared too. Because now half of the department is bad. If the department smell a snitch around their officers, they going after that officer. So, you know, they got to be protected too. So it's not that I don't understand. It's that why you took the badge if you scared. You know you're gonna be bouncing up with criminals. Why the fuck you took the badge if you running around scared of your partners, of your coworkers? Why? Why? So you don't think that people in your department is bad? Why you took the badge? Because maybe you was hired to go undercover to see which one of the officers is really bad, and you getting scared. Meanwhile, the criminals can find out where you live at, and other things about you. They can. Why take the badge if you're gonna be scared and they tell you got to investigate your own department? Why? Somebody was trying to clean up the department. Now it's unsolvable because there's a lot of officers feeling that if they snitch on their coworkers, you know, they won't be helped. And I'm saying helped in what way? Yeah, maybe an uncle need help, or because there's always a fucking relative that's getting y'all into trouble. Always. And they bums. You know what they do, and you still help over and over again. There's nothing wrong with helping once, maybe twice. But you going down, you taking your whole family down for this, motherfucker? Your whole fucking family? And now you turn dirty because of his dumb ass? Because he don't want to go out there and be a good citizen or whatever the case may be. So now he turning you into his bullshit, and you want to go down for I tell you, don't take the badge. All you cadets out there, if you know that you coming into this and you being scared, don't take the badge. Police work is hard work, and sometimes you got to turn on people. I'm not saying turn on your immediate family, because no, don't do that. But if it's you against your family, you understand, and you know they always doing some bullshit, starting shit. There's family who protect, who finish shit, but there's a lot of family out there like these family. They bullies. They start shit, and they watch to see if you're gonna defend yourself. And then when you start defending, they got their boys ready because they've been at it a long time. I've never been scared of nobody. I've always tried to avoid. And sometimes avoidance don't mean scared. Sometimes avoidance just mean, bitch, you just don't know what the fuck I'm capable of. So, when I was younger and I came to this country, I told you the story about this bully. And every time they want to fight me, I would go to the back door because I don't play. I don't fucking play with these people. I'm not gonna waste my time scratching up your face. I'm telling you now. I don't waste my time. Me and my husband, we don't waste our time scratching your face. We would take all your shit. But when we come at you, we coming at you for fucking everything. That's how we deal. Because a lot of people look at us, oh, they so naive, they so gullible, they so stupid, they sharing everything with us. And I wouldn't do that. Of course you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't break bread with your friends. But we break bread with you understand? So they look at us like we stupid. So when we finally want to come at you, we fucking put bulls. We're not gonna let go until we have a saying. We're gonna take you back to where we met you. Meaning all the money that you made, we help you made when we met you, and you a bum ass nigga, and you turn on us. We gonna take you back to that fucking stoop that we found you on. So if it's a project we met you, we're gonna take you back there. We're gonna take every fucking dime away from you. Because we've been honing our craft in getting help. You understand? So you think you slick, you got all your bullies and you got your friends. I remember they dragged my son to take me to the hospital. So this bitch in the fucking court, she trying to run the fucking hospital. It was two of them, one Puerto Rican and one mixed, black and whatever. This fucking bitch. And she trying to tell the judge what to do in my case. And I turned around. I'm like, you just a fucking god. She was trying to tell my lawyer that my lawyer can't talk to no witnesses or whatever. I'm like, bitch, you better step to the fucking side. Or this is how we do it. This is how we do it. Or you just can't spray something. You just can't. Oh, so you telling me just spraying something? That's the time of COVID and stuff. Oh, you telling me you're taking too much to spray, so that's why he can't interview somebody. So you don't need that job then. Because they were so used to getting their own fucking way. But then when they met up to me, they got pissed off. They fucking got pissed off. They started coming up with a creative idea to put me in the hospital. I walked out of there and I looked at that bitch and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get you. But it was some long ass name because she's mixed with Scandinavian or something. She's black and Scandinavian. And I forgot her name, but I know what the fuck she looked like. Yup, she's down in courts. She was trying to put me in a mental hospital. Yeah. So they all over because she stole her house deed. You understand? So she's part of the crew. Her and the other Spanish lady. Because, there's always some Spanish person lurking around because they run deep. The Spanish boys and girls run deep. I'm sorry to say. They run deep because their family is big. They got a whole bunch of kids, whole bunch of cousins. They run deep. So that's why I say get names and numbers. I'm telling you. If they not on our team and they Spanish, get they fucking name, numbers, car, whatever, they car plates, everything about them. Take pictures of their family when they, everything. Get their pages on Instagram, Facebook. Get all that. So we can just complete this bullshit. I'm telling you, they taking turns. When one leaves, the other comes in. I'll be watching them like a fucking job. They taking turns on my ass. They taking turns. They want us to make no money at all. If we make $2, they upset. And they all broke. Go figure. They all crying. They all crying. They mortgage falling through. You understand? They go from job to job every 2 weeks. I hear the stories. When cause we working hard. When they steal your money and try to put their kids through school, the school finds out and kick them out. We're working hard behind the scenes for you guys. They wanna what? They wanna blackmail you. Yeah, they trying to blackmail somebody. Oh, you running credit card scam and no, we're not you. We doing other things. Oh yeah, they was watching this girl so hard. They was watching me. Let me tell you. I started looking at young ladies for something, right? And I started taking their pictures, and I would send it to the person, but I can't send it to the person directly, so I put it on my site. You know, because these people are looking for either dancers or whatever. Or some of them is looking for surrogates. Some of them is looking for want to change a person's life, maybe a maid or something. They don't know what I'm doing. So here come they cop cousin. Oh, she's running prostitution. She's doing this. Every fuck. If I am, it's my business. She's doing. They trying to conjure up everything I'm doing, even up to the money that I'm making on my 5% deal. They trying to conjure up every fucking thing that we're doing. Nothing. Nothing. You don't know why I'm taking pictures of the young ladies or the young men or nothing. So they go and trying to harass these people. Yeah. So if they used to their bullshit because y'all not saying nothing, y'all want to be scared. If you scared and you don't want to be like me, surrounded by them, because all my neighbors are stalking me, give me a hint. Send me something. Put pictures up. Do something. Give me a name. I'll go look for the website. I'll go put their names up. I'll go put their pictures up. Let me know. I'm not letting none of these people run my life. I'm not. I understand a lot of you got a lot to lose. I'm not letting them run my life. I'm gonna fucking do me. All day, every fucking day. That's just me. I can't be under nobody's thumb. I mean, when I was an officer, yes, you have to listen to directions or whatever. I remember one time my dep came in. Dep Majors, Jamaican, part of their crew. He's either bisexual or plain out gay, but he's something. And he came walking into my department in my area. Captain Williams used to do it. He used to monitor me all the time. So he started monitoring my friend, acting like he liked my friend, Officer Johnson. So, because every morning on my lunch break, I used to go get my food and go hang out with Johnson. Because I was a midnight officer, she was a morning officer, and that was one of my friends when I was an officer. So I would go eat lunch in her area and get stuff for the guys or get stuff for my area that I would need. All of a sudden, Captain Williams take interest in Officer Johnson. Well, she got the protection of the last name. But I didn't know that at the time. I just, people used to ask her, why the fuck are you friends with Officer Gibbon? I don't understand how you could be friends with her. She said she's mad cool. But she got that name Johnson. She's protected. I didn't know there was a clique. I just thought I had bad luck with officers and other people. But yeah, Johnson is one of those names that got a clique going on. So anyway, that was my good friend. But I knew Captain Williams was up to something, that he was watching me. So now he was trying to act like he's interested in Officer Johnson and try to talk to her. So she asked me my opinion. I was like, he's a dud. Don't talk to him. He's a cornball. You understand? Because he was. So here come Dep Majors. He got a badass son in the he got a badass son in the baby jail. I call it the baby jail. I think it's 76. And he was on his way over to my jail, 95. So I guess he was scoping the area, whatever, because his girlfriend or his baby mama, what's her name again? Captain something or the other. I'll get her name in a few minutes. All of a sudden, Deb Majors walk in my area. I'm like, what the fuck this nigga want? So I'm saying in my mind, take your walk and get the fuck out my area. To my mind. So he walks, he's looking for problems. He's looking for problems. I'm telling the guys, walk in, because that's how officers do, to let the guys know that. He's telling me, don't tell nobody that he's walking. I said, he's up to something. So the guys in their cells, getting dressed or whatever, they got their towels up. About 4 guys. He gonna tell me, I want you to write up all these 4 inmates. I'm like, for what? You're trying to give me work. He said because they got their towel up, they not supposed to have their towels up. I'm like, well, they just came out the shower, sir. So they have their towels up out of respect for me because I'm walking, and out of respect, they don't want no other inmates look. I said, you know how it is because you was an officer once. I don't care, officer. I want you to write them up. I'm like, yes, sir. He walked out. I'm like, fuck you. I ain't writing up nobody. And I didn't. He sends the captain. Captain Lester. She's part of their clique. I didn't know. I noticed the body type because, Rochester can't stand me because some guy she's crazy about likes me and she's a stalker. She wants to fuck everybody in the jail. So anyway, I didn't notice. I noticed the body type, but I didn't notice that because I'm not in nobody's business. They family, Captain Lester and Officer Rochester. So here come Captain Lester. That Major said that he told you to write up 4 inmates. Did you do that? I'm like, no. She said, why? I said, because they just had a towel up. I said, we supposed to give them advance notice that people's walking out of respect. And I told her that they just came out the showers, and that's how it is. I said, Captain. He said, well, anyway, he wants you to write them up. I'm like, well, okay. She left. I'm not writing up nobody. I am not writing up a damn soul. Because I know they trying to get the guys to hate me. You understand? So she came again. Officer J, I told you the Dep Majors want you to write up these inmates. I'm like, for what? They're going to go there. They're going to get a slap on the wrist. It's going to be a waste of my time. Nothing's going to be done to them. And yeah, but it's going to be on their record that they doing stuff they ain't supposed to. I'm like, come on, Cap. A towel up on the thing. Come on. Give me a break. I said, you want your house quiet? She said, of course. I said, well, leave me alone. Let me do my job. Stop following Deb Majors and his bullshit. Because you know how this shit goes up in here. I said, it's out of respect they putting up the shit. Some knucklehead, he be naked in the cell wanting me to see his fucking small ass dick. I said, you know how it goes. When they put up the thing, they showing you a sign of respect. So why are you pushing this fucking thing? Go talk to Dep Majors and talk him out of having me write the ticket. Well, he wants you to write the ticket. I'm not writing it. So she wrote me up. I got days off. I took that fall for the guys because it's full of shit. So after that, that Majors kept coming after me. So he sent his bum ass son to my area. So like I said, that Majors is half and half, maybe full. So his son turns out to be the same way, it seemed. Every time his son go in the shower, he goes in his cell. And here come his homeboy standing at his door. I'm like, yo, we don't do that over here. I said, if you want gay housing, it's across the hall. So he pokes his head. What do you mean? What the fuck you mean gay housing? I'm like, every fucking time you take a shower, your fucking homeboy stands in front of your fucking door and your dick is flying all over the place. Then he disappears for a few seconds. I don't put up with that shit in my area. You want to do that shit? Do it across the fucking hall. I can get you transferred. You want to go over there? Oh, fuck you. You don't know who I am. You don't know who I am. I didn't know who he was. So then I said, oh, maybe he is somebody. Let me check. He had the last name of the captain in my area, but she wasn't my captain. She was just a captain in the jail. So I said, oh, okay. So you got some juice up in here, so you want to show the boys. You trying to run for president of my block, okay? But you fucking 19, nigga. You got a lot of people ahead of you. He stood at my gate doing the same shit, calling me out my fucking name, then asking me for favors. I'm like, go ask your mama. I said, I'm giving you everything they tell me to give you and nothing more, nothing less. Because I know how your father get down. I know how, how your mother get down. Because at that time, I didn't know that Majors was his father. So I said, I know how your peoples get down. So I'm not giving you nothing less or nothing more. So if they try to write me up and tell me I ain't giving you your whatever, I'm like, I did give him his minimum standards. And I am not doing anything maximum. When they call yard and they call library, pick one. It's not my fault the people in scheduling don't know how to schedule. They tell you, pick one. You're not going to come back to my area and say, oh, Miss G, can you get me to the library? And you want to stand at my gate fucking call me out my name all day. No, that's for the guys in there who knows how to show me respect. But you're not going to come over here and fucking try to take over my fucking area. So I be deading him on fucking everything that he ain't supposed to get. I am not going out my way for you. So he trying to show the boys he got pulled. So he said, I'm going to get you out this area. I'm like, okay, vacation. Because at first when they used to pull me out of my area, I used to get upset because, I don't want to be floating. You don't know where you're going and whatever. But then I started liking it because I started knowing other officers, other inmates, you know. So I kept that to myself. So lo and behold, he keep doing that shit, going in the shower. Then his boyfriend want to stand at the door. I'm like, whatever. It's nothing wrong if he came out with underwear or whatever, but he came dick swinging, going in his cell, and his boy watch him get dressed. Not to say other inmates don't be talking at the door with other guys, but they got their drawers on and whatever, and they talking, and they respect me and they stand by the door. This motherfucker be trying to go in the door. I don't know to feel his dick, whatever. I gotta secure my area because if all these guys smell thing, they gonna be, Miss G, what's going on here? It's gonna be tense. They rather know you gay than not to know. You understand? So they just like, okay. So lo and behold, me and him had this big blow up. Here come Dep Majors walk in my area. He talking to Dep Majors. Dep Majors come ask me questions. I'm like, he's a problem. I'm not paying no attention to that motherfucker. He gets what he needs, and that's what he's getting out of me. So Dep Majors, he said something, I forgot what he said. Walked out the area. About 2 days later, him and his girlfriend came. I didn't know they was a couple. I didn't know that was his son. I know it was her son. She never came in my area before. She worked in the jail, but she never came to my area before. That day, mother and father showed up. He said, Officer G, I'm taking you off your post. I said, excuse me? I said, for a fucking inmate? They said, yeah, we taking you off the post. And he was right at the gate laughing. I'm like, all right, where you want me to go? They said, go up front and they'll give you a new assignment. I said, all right. No problem, sir. 2 weeks, they took me off my post. I was having fun. I went to different areas. They even sent me to different jails. So that's how I got to find out about different jails. Because in all my hiatus from my area, they would put me in different jails and I would look, and some of those jails were fucking falling apart. So they did me good because when investigations came about Rikers Island and they was questioning me about the the jail area and the bad disrepair is in, because they want to know where all this money is going that they give in the jails, and they and the people isn't, and the people in control. You understand? Because they set up their people. Listen, I'm no fucking hater. If I knew there was a clique in jail, I wouldn't say nothing because they got their weed clique. They got they coke clique. They got their heroin clique. You understand? I didn't know all that. I just thought it was a few officers doing this. But the inmates used to say, Miss G, it's the officers bringing in the stuff. It's the officers. I'm like, please. I wouldn't listen because I'm one of the officers that wasn't. But I was being recruited. I was being recruited by the Haitian clique to bring in heroin or whatever kind of drugs. I'm like, no. I was recruited by the big boss, the Dep. I found she was following me all over the place. Whenever she went that way, I try to go this way. But she kept following me. And I'm like, why does this bitch keep following me? but she wanted to get to the top as fast as she can, which she did, I heard. So I just didn't like the fact that she was following me all over the jails, but she was doing some reckless shit. She was putting her baby father to drive for all the wardens in all the depths because, you in a car, you talking all your business. And wardens and depths, they talk about all the, wardens, commissioner, and depths. Yeah, he was striving for. And I said to myself, everybody said to me, "Yo, G, don't you think it's strange that he came out the academy with you?" I said, "He did." I'm like, if you wasn't in my class, I wouldn't know. He said he just came out the academy with you, and he's driving for wardens and commissioners and stuff like that. I said, yeah, that is kind of strange. Because you don't move up that quick. Driving for a warden and driving for a dep, that's a big thing. That's a big ass thing. And he got there. Then I found out that that's her baby daddy. So I knew right away what she was doing because I heard that she wanted to move up. Now, I wouldn't have had nothing against her if she wasn't aggressive with me, but she was mad aggressive. You understand? And I don't like that. If you want me to do something for you, be nice. I'm no fucking hater. Be nice about it. But if you think you're going to bully me into doing something, you're not. You're not going to bully me into doing something. Niceness. You ever heard the saying, honey is better than vinegar or whatever? Yeah, with me. You understand? So she came on mad aggressive, and I just didn't like that. And I told her no. I told her no, I'm not bringing in no drugs for you. So she came on my case, and you know, long story short, but they was investigating Rikers Island to shut it down. I didn't know that, and they asked me a lot of questions, and I told them, I'm like, this building is falling apart, that building is falling apart. So the building I was in was one of the best buildings because even though it was falling apart, it wasn't as bad as HMD and and I mean West Facility and all the rest of the jails. Those other jails was in horrible condition. And I said to myself, that's why a lot of officers want to come to my jail because it's not as bad as the other jails. So when I heard that, when I heard they was closing down Rikers Island, at first I said build it back up, but I said no, they need to shut it down and do something else with the land because there's a lot of bad officers now. Because a lot of officers go into the job to do things for their family. So if everybody is on the islands like Brooklyn, Queens, because the Brooklyn jail, all they got to do is the jails is already there. The community already fought and lost to move the jails. So build up as opposed to building somewhere else. The building that you got in Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, the Bronx, build up because the community already fought to get it out the area. They lost, build up as opposed to trying to find new areas. Take that building and build up like a skyscraper. And the jails would be like a skyscraper. So everybody in New York City can fit in the borough jails. That's my suggestion. My suggestion is you build up. My suggestion is view request. Oh, go live. Somebody want to come live with me? Go live with. Somebody said Vicky sent a request to be in your live video. And who is that? Who is this person? Y'all want to see somebody? I never did this before. So let me see. I hope I'm not clicking on no. Well, this is thing. Let me see. I'm going to try it, people. I don't know who this person is. Go live with this person. Let me see who this person is. I don't see this live. Can you shut it down? Like go live thing? Started following you. Joined. What is this? Request to join. When someone joins, anyone who can see their live videos can also watch this one. No, I'm not doing that. So every time I go live, there people can see me live. No, I don't want that. Let everybody come to my site. I don't know who you are. You probably a hater trying to make money off of me. Yeah, they had their own little camera stuff going on YouTube and stuff, watching me live, and I didn't even know that. The invasion of fucking privacy, these people. Invasion of privacy. This is the kind of stuff that these people do. They invade your privacy. And I know what you feel. I know that you think you can do it on your own. You can't. We need each other. So if you see their name pop up and you work at a phone company, check their names and stuff. Do something. If you work at the light company, if you work at the thing company, see if they got bills coming. If they don't, let somebody know that this person is get having lights and stuff and current and whatever, but they never pay a bill. They always adding it on to somebody's bill. Things like that I need you guys out there to help me with. You understand? Credit card companies. If you see they getting a lot of credit cards on somebody else's cards or different people's cards, notify somebody. If they have a phone and they never paid a bill, notify somebody. Whatever company you work at, counteract that. Help us get them. It's a lot of people out there. You know, Simple as, when you call back in the day, you call the banks, the credit card company, and they say, "Oh, we're sending a thing to your phone. Tell us the number." That's not the bank. That's dumb. You're giving them authority to track you on your phone. But it's hard to say no because you're trying to get to the bank. You're trying to get customer service to the bank. And this is how the bank used to do it. But they sending you the app that they using to track you down. They sending the thing to the code to your phone, and you yourself is giving them okay to track you. So it drives me crazy when I call my bank. So I got to get out the area and make some phone calls because they're so attached with all these electronics. I showed it to you yesterday. All these electronics that's here intercepting the calls with the apps on the phones. You understand? It's helping them track you. So it's crazy. It's a lot. Clean your phones. Do not save a lot of things on, even if you have one special phone that you don't use, but you just save stuff on, all your important stuff, and you just use the other phone to make phone calls until you can take it somewhere and get it cleaned out. You got to do this on a regular. I remember I was watching Peyton Marie, and she went somewhere shopping and she forgot her phone somewhere. That guy who bought that phone back, he downloaded something on her phone. He downloaded something on her phone. You understand? Because she moved. That's how they find out. Because what they was doing, excuse me, I need some fresh air in the dark. What they're doing is tracking you, trying to find out where you're at, where you living at, whatever, and start doing stuff, putting in cameras, this and that, blah 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 blah. So it's a pain. They move so quickly. By the time they find you out, they telling people to track you down already. They finding out about your mail and your packages. It's sad that these government workers are doing all this shit. And these UPS, let me tell you, I used to work for UPS when I was back in college. And UPS was so very strict. I don't know who the hell is hiring these people these days in UPS. There's no kind of security, nothing. And UPS is a company, they got cameras everywhere, and nobody is utilizing it. The other day, they sent my son not UPS. They even have it in traffic. The other day they sent my son a ticket that um they son got a ticket, and they doctored my car to be in that area. And then the cops went to my son and told my son, you better take the blame for it. Just like they told that lady across the thing to take the blame for that. I told my son, don't do that, but he already did. You understand? I told him, I tried it, because I'm having the same problem with you. It's hard for me to persuade my son that I don't have it together, because he don't see people around me helping me. So it's hard for me to tell him, do not do that. They setting you up for something bigger than just a ticket. Because they mad that he got a job and they kids can't get a job. Every 2 weeks I hear they kids out of work, and yeah, because people is getting to know them. This is what happens when you report stuff, people. They don't get jobs, especially not government job. My next door neighbor, his father got fired from the post office. He was trying to get into the Department of Corrections. And his brother was trying to get to be an FBI agent because he worked for the Army. Thank God somebody came and asked me what's my opinion. I told them no. So now they mad at me. So that's one of the reasons, because three of them didn't get a job because of me. Yeah, but you're stalking me. You're stealing shit. They into a lot of technical stuff, dumb. So what? I'm gonna tell the FBI to hire you so you can do it worse. So now what they do to us is get jobs, because you know you can work at home. So they get jobs at these. They find out who you are. Say for instance, Joe Schmo. I don't know why I use that name, because one of their names is Joe, but Joe Schmo, and they don't like Joe Schmo because he's on our team, right? They find out who he telephones with. So now the telephone company has at-home jobs. So as long as you get a pass as an employee to that company, sometimes you can go into their files and stuff like that. And then you get to know other people. You get to talk to other operators. Then you make friendships or whatever. Then you ask that operator or some, and you tell them that your problems. Or you just get a job with that company. So that's what they're doing. When they attach to you, they find out everything about you. They get at-home jobs, or sometimes they're at-home jobs at all these places, and they stalk your account. They stalk your account. They try to get phones on your account. They try to do everything. So their thing now that I want to go into my company. So now they want to threaten my son. So I got everybody threatening them. You understand? I put up their names. I said, you're threatening my son to not come and take me to the phone company, to thing. I'm gonna tell all your enemies who you are, because they got a lot of enemies. You understand? Because they go around robbing these girls and stuff like that. Yeah. So I put it out there, and I'm like, listen, this is where they live. This is what. Go get them. So anytime they walk on the street, they know what they did, so their enemies get them. I don't particularly know their enemies. I do what they do. You putting my name out there to your people, I'm putting your name out there to whoever wants it. Because they got a lot of enemies, because they do a lot of bullshit. You understand? See, yesterday, a friend of mine called me and told me to get security. You understand? And because a couple of weeks ago, I had to call my lawyer and tell my lawyer I'm moving. You understand? Because, like I said, I have a lawsuit going, so that's going to take a couple of years. So, you know. But yesterday, a friend of mine called me and told me to get security for wherever I'm moving, because they plan on moving where I'm moving. So I don't want them nowhere fucking around me. I don't want them nowhere around me. But they trying to follow you. They trying to follow me from the front, because they know I was moving to the Washington, Maryland area. Their daughter all of a sudden got a license plate from Delaware. Yeah, because what, 2 3 years ago, I started looking in the Maryland Washington area for a house. A year after that, they 2 years after that, they got license plates from Delaware. So they follow you from the front, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing is by chance. Anybody you meet now, is suspect. Everybody you meet now, I'm afraid, is suspect. You can't bring them into your fold like that. You got to know these people a long time. And they figure, okay, she's moving in a couple of years. In 3 years, me and this friend is going to be mad close. So this friend is going to keep a tab on her, and because it's 3 years, I was in Delaware first, officer. How can she say that I followed her? I was in the area before her, years before her, because they know where you're about to move. So that's what they do. So when you go to the store and stuff like that, be careful. They watching you. They want to follow you from the front to make it look like they just bumped into you. That it was just by chance that y'all got to know each other. Okay? Please be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful. Secure everything. Lock all your um lock all your credit. Go to each three of the credit bureaus and freeze it. So anybody want to get information off your credit, they can't. Freeze it or lock it. Freeze it or lock it. Right now. Do that right now. Everybody call, I mean, go online and get an account and lock your credit. Lock it or freeze it. Freeze it is, cheaper than the locking. You understand? I mean, more easier than locking. Freeze your credit, ladies and gentlemen. Freeze it. So when they go out there, they can't buy a house on your name. They can't do nothing with your information. Lock everything that you can. Because if for anything big, they have to run your credit. Your first assignment, lock your credit. Your second, go to the phone company, get your phone clean. Do not save your apps. Because they can be downloading stuff on your apps. All these apps from India and all that stuff, suspect. Suspect. Because they download all kinds of stuff on them Indian apps to steal your money penny by penny, to cock block you, to find out what apps is making money, to cock block you from getting into your account. Right now, my phone account, because I'm here, they downloaded, they infiltrated the app. So I called the other day when I was out of the area, and I told them, you've been infiltrated. All these people who work in these places is adding $3 to your food or doubling your food price or something. I'm telling you, everywhere. Because now they know what you eat. Keep track of your tires on your car. They want to switch up tires. They want to switch up your radio in your car. I'm telling you. These are the things that people do. Oh, they can't do that. Miss, we don't do that here. Yeah. That's keyword for yeah. We can do that, but nobody's supposed to know. So when you hear a customer service say, "Oh, we don't do that here. We can't. We're not allowed. Or we can't do that." That's a different department. They lying. They found a way to do it, or somebody in that department who can do it is working for them because they think they cute. So take note of everything, ladies and gentlemen. Take note of everything. These people are no good. They up to no good. They trying to steal your money. They trying to steal everything. Even the app, even simple app as I forget one of the apps, but it's a lot of them. If an app is giving you trouble, delete it and reinstall it. Delete it, reinstall it. Make sure, check on your money every day. Check your bank account every day, twice a day, before and after. Take a picture of it. Check your retirement fund, your 401ks every day. Take a picture of it. Have a file for all your stuff. That's what you have to do until we can find these people, because police is not helping us. Police is part of the problem. They got good officers. Oh,